I should have stopped it. The kiss, the wine, the way his fingers brushed mine like they already knew the shape of me. I should have left before it ever began, but I didn't. And now I can't stop thinking about his voice, his hands, the way he looked at me like I wasn't broken at all. This wasn't part of the plan. I'm not some lost woman hoping for a second chance. I buried that part of myself 10 years ago, along with the man I thought would be my forever. Since then I've built something bulletproof. My name, my career, my walls. But then I saw him. Lucas, a stranger on a quiet night under string lights. Rolled sleeves, a paperback novel tucked under his arm, a smile that held no expectations and still undid me. He offered me wine, a fire pit, silence. And for the first time in years, I didn't feel like a CEO or a widow. I just felt seen. And then he kissed me, slow, soft, like I was made of something worth waiting for. I walked away, right into the ocean breeze and the past I thought I'd buried. So how did we get here? Let me take you back to the moment it all began. The soft hum of the office lights used to calm me. Routine, order. But that night, sitting behind a wall of glass and numbers, I felt nothing. My tablet glowed with reports I couldn't read. My hand kept drifting to the photo near my keyboard. Daniel, my late husband, frozen in time. That smile. God, I hadn't heard it in 10 years. I'd buried myself in work since he died. A fortress built from spreadsheets and back-to-back meetings. My assistant knocked gently. "Mum, it's nearly 9 p.m. Should I call your driver?" I nodded, still silent, still pretending this was normal. But when I got home, even the silence felt loud. My condo, flawless, cold, curated to perfection, looked like a magazine spread. Nothing lived in it, especially not me. I fell into bed fully dressed, the kind of sleep that feels more like surrender than rest. The next morning, Carla called. My sister, always too perceptive. "Vic, you look exhausted," I scoffed. "I don't do exhausted, I do board meetings." "You need to disappear. Go somewhere without Wi-Fi, without heels." I laughed, but her words landed somewhere deep, somewhere tired. I opened my laptop, ready to open work, but paused. Waves, palms, silence. I booked the ticket before I could change my mind. 2 days later, I sat in the back of a shuttle, the city slowly vanishing in the rearview mirror. Skyscrapers gave way to swaying palms and soft sunlight. My phone was off. My calendar, empty. The silence wasn't comforting. Not yet. It felt like standing on stage with no lines to deliver. The resort loomed ahead, all white stone, curved archways, and blooming tropical flowers. The air smelled of salt, sunscreen, and something softer, something I couldn't name. As the shuttle stopped, I stepped out in crisp linen pants and oversized sunglasses, already regretting the heels. The sand beneath them caught me off guard, and for a split second I stumbled. No one noticed. Or if they did, they didn't care. The lobby was open air, ocean breeze on my skin, no meetings, no mirrored elevators or keycard access boardrooms, just stillness. I checked in, declined the bellhop, walked slowly to the beachfront lounge, ordered a mimosa I didn't really want, flipped through a book I hadn't touched since last summer. Couples laughed by the pool, children splashed in the shallows. Everything around me was joy in motion, and there I was, stiff, sun-drenched, sipping slowly and waiting to feel something other than hollow. I didn't come here to find anything, I told myself, especially not anyone. That late afternoon, the resort lounge shimmered in rotten ambers and pale golds. The sun had just begun its descent, casting long golden streaks across the tiled floor. String lights flickered to life above the fire pits, not yet needed, but charming all the same. Laughter floated gently through the warm air, from couples gathered in 2s and 3s. I sat alone, Pinot Grigio in hand, toes slipping from my sandals, one heel lazily rocking against the sun-warmed stone. I wasn't trying to stand out, I never do, but I could feel glances brushing over me now and then, curious maybe, or cautious. And then I saw him, or rather, we saw each other. He was walking by slowly, a paperback tucked under one arm, shirt sleeves rolled casually to the elbow. Sun-kissed skin, quiet confidence. Not forced, not hungry, just present. He smiled. I smiled back. Not fully, just a polite tilt of the head before I turned away, my heart hiccuping in a way that made me sit up straighter. A few minutes passed. I tried to go back to my wine. Then I heard his voice behind me. Calm, deep. There's a fire pit around the corner, quieter, better view of the stars. He was holding 2 glasses. If you're up for a change of scenery, I should have said no. Instead, I followed. And that scared me more than the invitation itself. The fire pit was tucked in a corner, near the edge of the terrace where the lights faded just enough to reveal the stars. We sat side by side, close but not touching. The wine warmed my fingers. His presence, that was doing something else entirely. You don't look like someone who takes many vacations, he said, offering a crooked smile. I raised an eyebrow. That obvious? Just a guess, he replied. I'm Lucas. Victoria. We shook hands, briefly. His touch was firm but careful, like he knew I might pull away. He asked about my wine, I asked about his book. We didn't talk about work or past or why I was there alone, but behind every question, every pause, was something quieter. A current I didn't want to name, not yet. He's charming but not slick, curious, not pushy. There's a difference. When I stood to leave, I half expected him to ask for my number or say something rehearsed. But he didn't. He just watched me with a look that lingered, curious but respectful. And for the first time in so long, I didn't mind being seen. In fact, as I walked away, I realised I wanted him to watch. The morning sun filtered through the palm leaves, casting soft patterns over the breakfast terrace. I reached for the coffee carafe, only to bump another hand. Lucas. He smiled, eyes still soft from sleep. We have to stop meeting like this. I gave a quiet laugh, too surprised to be guarded. Following me already? Pure coincidence, he said, raising his hands. I swear. That day, the coincidences kept coming. At the kayak tour, I was assigned a partner last minute, him. At the wine tasting, another reshuffle. There he was again, offering me a glass like it was fate's idea, not his. Even on the guided hike, when the trail turned steep, it was his hand I reached for as I stepped across a narrow ridge. Our fingers lingered. I didn't let go right away, neither did he. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us something, he said, voice low, teasing. Or maybe, I replied with a smirk, you're just very good at appearing at the right moment. We walked side by side, the group's chatter fading behind us. Talk came easily, movies, cities, books, but nothing personal. Still, I felt it. Every glance, every pause. I came here to escape the noise, I thought, but he's the only thing I can hear. That night in the terrace garden glowed under string lights and soft lanterns. Candle-lit tables dotted the lawn, the scent of ocean breeze mixed with grilled citrus and herbs. I arrived in a simple black dress, understated, elegant. Lucas was already there waiting. Over scallops and white wine, the conversation shifted, deeper now. You always travel alone? I asked. Sometimes, he said, swirling his glass. This time, I needed to clear my head. From? He hesitated. Writing. I ghostwrite memoirs. Lately, the words just won't come. I tilted my head. People tell you their deepest truths. Must be a strange intimacy. He looked at me then, steady, unflinching. It is. But I wonder if anyone ever hears yours. I froze. I stopped telling mine a long time ago. A silence settled between us. Not awkward, just full. When dinner ended, neither of us stood up. He leaned in slightly. There's a path down to the beach. You up for a walk? I nodded. No hesitation this time. We walked barefoot in the sand, shoes in hand, waves whispering beside us. And when he gently tucked my hair behind my ear, I didn't pull away. I leaned in first. The kiss was soft and terrifying because it didn't feel wrong. It felt like remembering something I thought I'd lost. The moment our lips parted, the world came rushing back, fast, sharp and cold. My breath caught. His eyes searched mine, but I didn't have answers, just panic. I stepped back, then another. Victoria? He asked softly. But I couldn't stay. I turned, and I fled. The sand was cool beneath my feet, but my skin burned. My heart pounded with a rhythm I hadn't felt in years, and it terrified me. What am I doing? I whispered into the dark. He's what, 32? Maybe 33. I'm not that woman anymore. The one who used to dance barefoot under stars. The one who believed love could find you twice. I stopped near the edge of the tide, wrapping my arms tightly around myself, trying to contain everything I couldn't name. Then I heard it. A laugh, faint, carried on the wind, familiar. Daniel's laugh. Or maybe just memory playing tricks on me. But for a moment I felt him beside me, warm, reassuring, mischievous as ever. And I imagined what he'd say. That I've mourned long enough. That this wasn't betrayal. That maybe, just maybe, Lucas wasn't replacing him. He was reminding me I still belonged to the world. That I was still here, still capable of feeling, even if it scared me. Late morning sun shimmered across the pool, laughter rising from guests sipping coffee and cocktails. I sat alone at the cafe, sunglasses on, cappuccino untouched. I told myself I wasn't avoiding him, but I hadn't seen Lucas since last night's kiss, and then I did. He was across the terrace, laughing with a young blonde woman. She leaned in, touched his arm, and he didn't pull away. A few moments later, they came over and sat at the table next to mine. My chest tightened. Not a sharp pain. No. Just a slow twist. The kind that catches you off guard because you thought you were immune. Of course, I told myself. He's young, he's free. This was just a vacation spark, a kiss and nothing more. I turned away from the sight, from the smile he gave her that wasn't mine. But the ache lingered, and then he looked up. Our eyes met, his smile faltered, just for a moment, like he saw something in me I hadn't meant to reveal. I looked away too fast. My heart was too loud in my chest. If it meant nothing, I whispered inside, why does it hurt like this? I stood abruptly, leaving the table, the calm I had tried so hard to wear like armour. Because the truth was clear now, I cared. And maybe I had from the very beginning. That evening, I stood barefoot on the terrace of my villa. A shawl draped over my shoulders. The sky had shifted, twilight deepening into indigo. Lanterns flickered softly. The sea whispered below. A knock at the door. I opened it. Lucas. No teasing smile this time. No flirtation. Just quiet sincerity. 2 glasses of wine in hand. I was beginning to think I'd lost you, he said. I stepped aside. He entered. We sat beneath the stars, side by side. No performance, no agenda, just silence with meaning. I lost someone, I finally said, voice low. A long time ago. And after that, I didn't think I'd ever feel anything again. Lucas looked down at his glass. I've been stuck for months. Blank pages. Words that won't come. Then his eyes met mine. But you cracked something open in me. He reached for my hand gently. Warmth passed between us, slow and steady. You haven't forgotten how to love, Victoria. You've just forgotten what it feels like to be loved back. The words settled in my chest like breath. I reached into my purse and pulled out a small folded note. For later, I whispered. When you're ready. He leaned in. We kissed. No hesitation, no fear. Just truth. And finally, I let myself believe in a beginning again. The zipper was halfway closed when I heard the knock. Lucas stepped into the room holding 2 coffees. His eyes fell on the suitcase. Leaving already? I gave a small nod. Board meeting Monday. He set the cups down gently. You know, you're not just the woman in the boardroom anymore. I didn't reply. But I smiled, softly, and maybe for the first time, without armour. He spoke again, quieter. Let me drive you? I said yes. At the airport curb, we stood in silence. I reached for my suitcase, but Lucas stopped me. He took my hand, lifted it to his lips. A kiss, tender, reverent. Some chapters don't have endings, he whispered, just intermissions. I held his gaze. Then let's promise this isn't our last page. As I stepped onto the shuttle, I looked back one last time. Lucas didn't wave, he just stood there, still grounded, watching me like he was memorising the moment. The door closed, and then he reached into his jacket pocket, unfolded the note I had slipped into his hand hours earlier. His eyes scanned the words, and for a long moment he just stood there, holding it like something fragile. You reminded me that my story isn't over yet, and maybe, yours is just beginning. A quiet smile tugged at the corner of his lips.